It's Caldera Lab, everybody. Great new skin product sponsor of the Virzi Effect. Clinically proven to reduce wrinkles, fine lines, and signs of aging. Caldera Lab is the leader in men's skincare and is here to save the day. Get 20% off with our code VIRZI. That's VIRZI at calderalab.com. That's 20% off at calderalab.com by using code VIRZI. Jump into skin and first impression royalty with Caldera Lab. Go to the link in the description, calderalab.com/VIRZI for more. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Virzi Effect podcast show. My name is Paul Virzi. You guys listened to episode 595. Before I get started, I want to thank everybody who came out to see me at the Hartford Funny Bone, and I have to apologize for that show starting 45 minutes late. But I'm so glad you guys stuck around. We had a great time. Also, I will be this weekend, guys. I am going to be at the Helium Comedy Club in Philadelphia, the 20th and 21st. Then next weekend just got added, New Brunswick, New Jersey, the 26th through the 28th. I will be at the Stress Factory, November 2nd. Albany, and then I will be at the Comedy Loft in Chicopee, Massachusetts, November 3rd. Of course, the Gramercy Theater, New Year's Eve tickets are going for that. And big announcement, everybody, shooting my next special, February 24th at the Den Theater in Chicago. I will talk about that all later, but get tickets at paulvirzi.com. Rate and review the Virzi Effect, okay? Get the Virzi Effect everywhere you get your podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, all that. My guest this week is somebody, we tried to do this before, but because of that UN fucking debacle, all the streets were blocked off. I was 2 blocks away, and they said, you got to go one exit over. And when I went to that one exit, guess what? Waze jumped 56 minutes. I had to call this gentleman and say, I'm so sorry. My wife was with me. It's not going to happen. But he is here now, fresh off of a special that he did with Gas Digital. He's been on The Tonight Show. One of the funny real ones out there in the New York comedy scene. Collum Tyrrell?
Yes.
Yes.
Collum Tyrrell.
Collum Tyrrell.
Yeah, that's close. But if you, I don't care. I don't care.
Well, no, I know it means something because my last name is Virzi, and people have fucked it up with Virzi. Like they can't because it's an I instead of an E. So people think that it's people screw it up. But no, man, congratulations on the special. How's it doing? Good?
It's doing okay. Yeah. Go check it out if you haven't already. Please go check it out. Put a lot of work into it.
And it's called
it's just called 30 Minutes With.
30 Minutes With.
And then I'm Collum Tyrrell, so Gas Digital did it. And check out all of the specials. Louis J. Gomez, Dave Smith, Jordan Jensen, Kurt Metzger, and Rich Voss.
Yeah, they did a series of that.
Yeah, me and Voss recorded on the same night. So it was very, symbolic of, someone on the way up and then someone who's on the way out, So that was the poetry of the night.
That's hilarious. Did you go first or did you go second that night?
We switched it for each show.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So which didn't matter. I ended up using. I think we both ended up using the one where we went second. You know?
Oh, yeah. That usually happens. Now, I noticed something with you, and tell me if you notice it too, or if anybody close to you notices this, but from when I first met you in New York, okay?
Oh, yeah?
Your accent you're getting more Americanized.
For sure. Yeah,
that's happening, right?
Yeah, I get it all the time, yeah.
Because I remember when I first met you, this shit was heavy.
Yeah.
You had a little bit of the Conor McGregor shit going on.
Oh, shit, yeah,
and then now I listen to you, and it's still there, but I'm like, oh, this dude's getting a little New York. New York is rubbing off.
Yeah, for sure. Mostly first of all, I don't know any Irish people. I used to live in Irish neighborhoods. I used to live in Queens and Woodside. And I worked out there. All my friends were from there. I lived out there, so it was just all Irish people, Irish.
So you were just hanging out in Queens with Irish
yes.
people. Yes,
and then once I stopped living there, and then I started podcasting more too. That's when you start to listen to yourself through the audio, and you start to sort of pick up on little sort of ways of doing it. Because you know the way the Irish don't say, H or H, for a TH, we don't pronounce it. So we won't say that thing, we say that thing.
That thing.
That thing. Yeah. That thing.
Instead of that thing.
Yes, but when you move, when you go, and that's like every time you go to England when you're younger, they're always like, say 33 and a third. You know, 33 and a third. Say it, little paddy man. But I genuinely couldn't hear. I couldn't hear the difference between an Irish person saying that thing or tree. You know, like it's a Christmas tree, or the number three even. Sorry, the number three. Yeah, but we say number three. So
number
it's like 1, 2, 3.
Number three.
We say 1, 2, 3. Yes, but I couldn't hear that. I had to live here for about 5 years before I could even hear the difference. It's like learning guitar, tuning the guitar.
How many Christmas trees? Tree.
Yes.
No, I know. How many?
Trees. Yeah.
3 trees.
9. And then so that's why I picked it up. But now it's obviously just certain stuff. You stop saying rubbish, you start saying garbage, just to sort of whatever. But now when I get home, everyone mocks the fuck out of me.
That was my next question. When you go back to Ireland, you get shit on?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But especially there is little twangs in there when I say things like suck and so like that sucks. Like I have a little socks. Like it is embarrassing. It is embarrassing. I don't know how to fix it.
Do you go back a lot?
Yeah. I go back at least twice a year now. Ever since the pandemic, I used to go once a year, and then the pandemic I couldn't go for a while, and then now you know what my parents are getting on to. It's like kind of like I don't want to be over here just like pursuing nothing, you know.
You have siblings over there?
Yeah, my older sister's there, and then my older brother, he's in Australia actually.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so all the boys got up and just left.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that. And I was asking somebody this because I didn't see like a big because I did London. Yes. And people were like, "Oh, dude, you got to come out to Ireland." But some of the shows I'm seeing in Ireland, is it just like pubs and bar, like, or is it either a theater or a pub, or is there anything in between? Is there a comedy club?
Yeah, but the club you don't want to do. You're better off doing like a small. The club is a 300 seater, so you're better off finding a small theater for the same number. You know, like one of those, like it's like a.
So you get like a little compact theater.
Yeah.
And that's in Dublin. You would do that.
They're in Dublin. Yeah. But usually, if you've got anyone listening, you know, hey, if anyone listens, let Paul know, because everyone has a good time out there. Everyone has a good time.
Well, dude, I was fortunate enough where the Giants were playing the Packers in London.
Oh, yeah.
And I booked a gig and it sold out. So we added a show in London, and I was like, this is fucking insane that I'm flying over the ocean and all these fans were here. And then somebody's like, hey, well, when are you going to come to Ireland? And I'm like, I'm figuring if I sold a few hundred tickets in London, I'll probably be able to do that in Ireland. So hopefully.
I honestly wouldn't, but likely just put the tweets out. I guess they'll come, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then people show up. If you're American, they probably know you know, your podcast with Burr, they'll just know the name, and then people will start to people come out of pure curiosity. They love an American act, you know.
Well, I remember before the Netflix thing, once I got the Netflix thing, the booker in Europe goes, just get an international thing where people can see clips. It was all like American comics need clips out here. They need to see some shit out here. And the 3 podcasts, the podcast with Bobby and this one, buddy, we're up. I want to thank you guys, man. We're up almost 15,000 downloads right now between audio and video. I wanted to ask you something because I think our Irish people are the best ball breakers. You guys are fucking on a whole other level of ball breaking. But you guys also have a thing where I almost feel like everybody in Ireland is like comedians, where you guys can't take compliments or love.
No, that's crazy.
If you ever want to make somebody from Ireland, right? Like you know the way, like a comedian, if you give a comedian a compliment, okay? And listen, I'm guilty of this too, myself included. Somebody comes up and I was like, dude, you're just like, you kind of, all right, man, I appreciate you, brush it off, you get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Everybody that I've met with the Irish accent like you guys can't take, it's always like, fuck
it's
you,
nuts.
you fucking.
It is, it
right?
does. Especially, you know what, you get it at the beginning of a podcast is when they always go, this guy's this, he's great, he's this, and you're sitting there going, oh, shut up, and fucking.
Because it's something in you.
What, you want to fuck me now?
Yeah, look at this fucking home. Yeah, you guys can't. It really is a funny thing how certain places can't take or accept love.
I hate it. Yeah, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. You know what I mean? But yeah, I remember reading years ago, and I don't know if it's still the case, but I remember there's this travel book. It's called Lonely Planet. and they have one about each country in the world. So once you go traveling there, it'll tell you all the ins and outs of hotels and all that stuff. But at the first,
what's the name of it? We got to plug that.
It's called Lonely Planet.
Lonely Planet.
So there's one for every country or whatever.
You heard about that, Mike, or no?
They're like a famous.
Love Lonely Planet. I watch their shit all the
serious?
time.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
Oh, I thought you were fucking around.
No. It's great. It's they have books. They got shows. They got video. It's everything.
And if you're backpacking, there's a great book. It's on a shoestring. They'll tell you where
So
the
like
cheapest
it'll tell you like where to like hike and where to.
Yeah, it tells you everything you need to know. But normally the first like chapter or something smaller would be like almost like it will tell you about the psyche, the culture, and it's almost more like anthropology of the country.
Okay.
I remember reading Ireland's one because I was killing time waiting for a flight. I didn't buy my own country one, but they said there was a weird thing in the Irish culture where it's like we don't judge people by how well they'll compliment you. What we do is you judge someone by how much you can break their balls and how much they can take it. So if you really give someone a beating and they can just sort of laugh it off and fight back, they go, oh, that guy's all right. But if that guy's all like nice and round, you're like, that guy sucks, you know?
Wait a minute. So that means that if you bust somebody's balls and they're cool with it,
yes,
and they could go with it,
yes,
then they're cool. But if they take it seriously or they get upset, you're like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Like the guy's taking himself too seriously. The guy thinks, got it.
Yes.
Okay.
But having said that, there's always just one joke away from a fist fight.
Well, especially the guy that goes a little too far.
Yeah.
See that? I'm Sicilian, and like we get a little, we take it personally.
Yeah, of course. I've seen The Sopranos.
So somebody like,
of course, sweetie.
Yeah, if you
remember that one, that scene.
Yeah, if you take a bunch of Sicilian guys and you put them in Ireland and they're just breaking the balls, after a while, Sicilian guys gonna be like, "Yo, what the fuck is this? Did you want to fight?" Yeah. That's funny.
No, I like a joke, but he took it too far. I get it. Yes.
This guy's been drinking. He didn't. It was a little uncalled for. I got a family.
Yeah, but they were always. Yeah, I guess they used to. I don't know if it's still the same. Things change so fast now. Cultures and everything with the internet and just the way things were.
Well, yeah. Like one thing we're doing on the Virzi Effect now, obviously, like comedy, and we want everybody to check out Collum's check out his special and do all that, but we talk about other shit now besides comedy, because everything with comedy has been beaten to death, and we get it. And you're over here, you flew over here and you started comedy here, or you started there?
I started there.
So you started there, and then after you felt like you got to a certain place, you were going to come out here?
Yeah, things were going. I did a couple of years there, and then I graduated college, and I knew I was going to leave Ireland no matter what, and then it was either England, and then I had an opportunity to get a visa here at the time, so I said I might as well take it.
You were leaving there even regardless of comedy, or just because of comedy?
Comedy, and also just wanting to see. It was a combination of stuff.
So even if you didn't do comedy, you were going to leave Ireland?
Probably. It's hard to tell, but I do think I wanted to
go see some shit.
Yeah, go see some shit. And then I started in Dublin, and so that meant that Dublin's like the hub or the epicenter or whatever of Ireland. It's not even a big scene, but that's where everyone would move to. Okay. And because I was from there, I felt like almost guilty that they all moved. They had to move to be where I started, so I felt like they worked harder. So I was like, well, then now I have to move to the next level. And most people go to London, and I just skipped all that, went straight to New York. Which no one's done. No one's done what I've done. There's not a human alive that has achieved as much as I have, and I haven't achieved anything. But there's not. I swear, there's no Irish person's moved here, started from the bottom, and worked their way up.
There you go.
Doesn't happen.
Let me ask you a question. What do you like? What are the differences in America that you don't like? Like, is it like compared to your country? Is there something that you're here that you're like, oh, I really miss this shit, or there's nothing, or everything is just better?
What do I miss? I don't know. I do. I think I'm so in it now. It's like it's hard to even remember what the difference is.
The food here would be.
Food here is great. Yeah. Just the options alone is I didn't have a burrito until I moved here when I was 25, and I go, what the fuck is this? I swear to God, I remember being all depressed. I was like, I guess I was just going through like a depression at the time. And I remember eating a burrito, and I was like, you know what, things are all right. I never had a burrito before. No one had ever put the rice in the.
Oh, dude, that's a clip.
I had like a fajita wrap, but I never had rice in the thing, and then I bought it, and I go, what the fuck? My mind was blown.
Dude, this is the first year, and people, in New York, this is actually, Mike, this is going to blow your mind. I think I told Mike, but this is the first year, dude, 2023 is the first year that I ever had a bagel with lox. I never had, never.
Yeah.
I never had smoked salmon on a bagel with cream cheese in my life. And I always was like, nah.
Were you from the Bronx or
when it comes to, well, my dad, my dad was born in the Bronx. I was born in Yonkers. I've always been a Westchester guy.
Yeah.
But anytime I thought of salmon or fish, I either thought just on a plate with a side or sushi. But I never thought of like smoked with like cream cheese on a bagel. Like I never thought of like smoked fish on my breakfast.
Got the capers on it?
Get the capers on it. And I had it, dude. And I had a good one.
Yes.
And they had it a little crunchy on the outside. It was an everything bagel with the lox. And at first it took me a second. And then and like you said, it's like you eat something like, and that's the thing about food that's amazing is like it makes you think life's better.
It does.
Like you just like when you say like when you ate that burrito, you're like, all right.
I was whistling.
I'm going through something. I left my home country. What's going? And then you just had a burrito. You're like, dude, shit is okay.
Yes.
And that's the beautiful thing about food.
I was homesick. I didn't know what was going on. You know, I was having girl trouble. Then I had a burrito, and I was like, this is fucking awesome.
See, and that, dude, I know what it's like to feel that feeling of being away and scared. And I know it sounds nuts. And it's a quick thing. When I moved out of like my mother's home.
Yeah.
And I got a place in Queens.
Okay.
And I had a roommate. He was from Boston. We worked together. We were selling phone, cable, internet in Queens, knocking doors. And I remember just being in the house and like I had no family there, even though my family's only an hour or something away.
Yeah.
I'm just like in this city, in this apartment. My older brother was doing his thing. My younger brother and my younger sister were doing their thing. And I was just kind of like, not to be a bitch, but like you said, like you're a little like lonely, you're homesick. And I'm just going like, man, I'm like on my own in the city, and I didn't know what to. And it does, but then once you get through it, man, you get stronger, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
that's what it's about. Yeah. Well, that's all that comes from just being poor. I think you know, anytime I've ever really had bad times, it's just because it's like you're kind of worried about your rent, you're kind of worried about stuff, and then like the homesickness is kind of just remembering a time of like safety and stability.
That's such a great point. It's like when you have a fucking racks of cash, you don't give a fuck.
You would never pick up the phone when.
I never even thought of that. Like that's probably why. Like I got a car, I got a monthly nut on a car. Dude, I told you I got a car. This is hilarious. I bought a car. It was a Honda Accord. Yeah. And it was beautiful. And like I had bad credit and they kept me there the whole day. Yeah. And they go, no, we're gonna work it out, we're gonna figure it out. And they finally bring the paperwork and they said, we got you the car, we got you a loan. Your car payment is almost $600. I was paying almost $600 a month for a Honda. I might as well have been in a fucking Ferrari, right? And I was like, oh, this is great. I paid 2 months, and then I just couldn't afford it, so I just drove it back to the dealership. I just drove the car back after a certain amount of months of not being able to pay. And I was like, yeah, dude, I shouldn't have done this. I couldn't. And I just dropped it off and got a ride and left. Like I cleaned the car out.
And just said, look,
I just dropped it. I left the keys and I just called up. I said, dude, the keys are in the thing. I just can't.
And when they was like, you can't do that. It's yours.
And I mean, I took a big hit.
Wow.
But, but you're right. Like if you're financially sound.
I don't think you give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck. No, because you could live the way you want to live.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything's safe. It's a safety thing. But it's good. It's good to get up and leave and get away from all that stuff. You know, anyone that stays at home too long, they're always just like weirdness to them, you know? There's like a little, you know, and you probably know this in like a lot of New Yorkers are like almost like fucking, they're like baby birds in terms of like they can't do it, like they can't drive. A lot of them don't have driver's license, things like that. You know, you're weak.
Yeah. All right, everybody, it's Caldera Lab, the new sponsor of the Virzi Effect. Thrilled to be working with them. First impressions matter. There are no two ways around it. What's the first thing that somebody notices about you? In most cases, it's your face, and more importantly, your skin. If you aren't already, it's time to put your best face forward. How to do that? By adding in skincare routine. And you know what? It's not hard. You just don't have the right tools until now. Clinically proven to reduce wrinkles, fine lines, and signs of aging. Caldera Lab is the leader in men's skincare and is here to save the day. Go to carderalab.com/Virzi, VIRZI, to enjoy 20% off their best products. Caldera Lab creates high-performance men's skin products, and the regimen leads off their product lineup, a twice-a-day routine to transform your skin. The skincare world is heavily female-driven and has long been wild, wild west for men. Whether men can't find the right brands or simply lack the knowledge and understanding of it, skincare is something that requires attention. Luckily, men's skincare has never been easier with Caldera Lab and regimen. Inside the bundle, you'll find your skincare dream team, the clean slate, the base layer, and the good. The clean slate starts and ends your day. The face wash leaves all skin types refreshed. The base layer is your daily moisturizer that highlights your skin and absorbs it fast, leaving you with the matted finish. It's like paint, guys. It's like paint on a wall, okay? Matted finish so you can start your day confidently. And the good is your go-to at night before bed and clinically proven multifunctional serum that helps your skin look tighter and smoother, as well as helps reduce visibility of wrinkles and fine lines. In every drop, this serum, there are 3.4 million antioxidant units protecting your skin. Want to know what that means? Because I do. Yeah, that's a lot. Well, I have no clue. But it must be good though, right? They even have the eye serum called the Icon. It addresses the 3 most common skin concerns around the eye: fine lines, dark circles, and puffiness. Cardera Lab is made with top-tier ingredients and is a great addition to your daily routine. Takes less than a minute every morning and night, and here to reduce wrinkles, fine lines, and signs of aging. Guys, I love the product. It makes my skin feel good, smooth, and my wife loves it as well, and she loves when I have it. So all you guys have to do right now is you go to carderalab.com for 20% off, and make sure you use bonus code Virzi. That's VIRZI. That's 20% off carderalab.com by using Virzi. Okay? Jump into skin and first impression royalty with Cardera Lab. Go to the link in the description, carderalab.com/Virzi for more. No, that's true. Like you if you're in New York, you kind of rely on a lot of like public transportation.
Yeah.
You could either walk everywhere, get on a subway, get on a train. You don't really need, I feel like the only thing that you have to do is pay your rent.
Yeah.
And I feel like having a car and parking it at night and I think that's you need that, I think, you know, if you can. I mean, do you have a car in Queens, or you don't have one yet?
Yeah.
You do, right?
Yeah.
But you're able to park on the street?
Yeah.
But that's good because you drive to your gigs.
Yes, yeah. It's nice. It's nice. Yeah. Plus it's a hunk. It's fucking shit too. So it's like nice. Like
so you don't worry about it.
No, sometimes I'm just scratches and I'm like, is that new or not? I don't know. And like that's a nice position to be in, where you're just like someone can rear end me and I wouldn't even notice.
You just got such a beater upper that you're just like, dude, that's a new scratch. That's different.
It's the only way. Yeah. I don't know. I can't imagine like being fucking having a decent like BMW or something parked in Manhattan, because you know people just be clipping your wing mirrors, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, when my car comes out of the when my car, I don't have a crazy car, I just have a Lexus, but when it comes out of the parking garage, I'm always like, dude, looking at it, making sure, because it's like, do you have roommates?
Just my girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How long you been with your girl?
5 years.
Oh, shit.
6 years actually.
Wait, is she from Ireland or no?
She's New Jersey. We met here actually. Yeah, we met at a Mets game.
You met her at a Mets game?
Yeah, I met her at a Mets game. I was with my friends, she was with her friends, and then afterwards we were all just getting wasted at the bar downstairs, whatever it's called, McFadden's or something like that. And
oh shit!
Next thing you know, I fucking
nice.
hit her with the accent. One night stand turned into 6 fucking years, huh?
That's amazing.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you. These women.
Well, they definitely get you. I used to do a joke about this. They always get you with the moving in. Because the moving in is like, why pay 2 rents?
Yeah.
Why pay 2 rents? I'm always here, you're always there. And it's like, yeah, I know, I kind of like my free time.
New York is a fast relationship city.
Because of expenses.
You're never more than 12 months away from your lease being up. And it's weird to be like, if you're 8 months in a relationship, it's kind of a weird one to just be, why don't we just consolidate this stuff? But
yeah, like I remember my older brother lived in Murray Hill, 36th and what's 36th and what, 7th? Some Murray Hill? Yeah, so he lived on like 36 around that area, dude. And I went to his apartment, and my brother's making decent money. He's making 6 figures, dude. His apartment was fucking maybe 2 of these.
Yeah.
Like a kitchenette.
Yeah.
His cat got fat. Dude, his cat looked... I'm not joking. His cat looked like it swallowed a fucking basketball. I go, dude, is your cat fat? Dude, this poor thing had like this much room. This thing had like literally 200 square feet to just walk, and it looked like this big. And I was like, dude, this is really unhealthy. Dude, you got to do something with the cat, because she just like puffed out.
What do you do?
No, like she just, I think he moved. But he had to move. But like he was paying for that apartment. It was like a kitchenette, bathroom, and like a glorified prison cell. Like literally, like I would say this room maybe like 2.5 times, if that, and square with, and he's paying $3,000. He's paying,
Yeah.
And I'm going like, dude, to live in New York City
Nowadays.
and then have a girl, you kind of, like you said, you're going to speed up that move-in process.
Oh yeah.
You start talking to yourself.
We don't need
she's
2 cars.
cool.
You won't get whatever car. Yeah.
You know what? She's actually kind of cool. You know, and then you start thinking of the half the money.
I like a cuddle at night. You know, I like sharing my twin bed.
Dude, I could listen to Taylor Swift a lot more during the day. I don't.
Yeah.
That's cool though, man. That's actually cool. That like, and one thing that I can tell you is it's really cool that you stayed with somebody that was with you from when you were. And this is the truth, man. Because when you're going on the road and you're killing it, or like you start doing specials and you start traveling all over the country, headlining rooms, and someone's into you, you kind of gotta question a little bit what kind of lifestyle they're looking for. You gotta question what they're doing. When you're with somebody that is just like, you're like, hey, I'm doing stand-up, and you're going to open mics, and you're doing that, and they're kind of along for the ride, and they've been with you through this and believing you through it. As corny as that is, dude, that's like real shit.
Yeah.
Because like when you start popping off, she could literally be like, hey, dude, I've been here when you had no manager, you had no agent, you had nothing. My wife, that was the thing with my wife. I was doing contests in black rooms. I was doing contests. I was going to fucking bars. I was doing urban circuit.
Why you doing some hunky shit? Oh shit, I know.
Oh, dude, I was
doing the white hunky
dude,
thing?
I was literally, I was the white guy at the black show. And they'd be like, yo, white boy's funny, put him up. And I would be up there, and like, it was sink or swim, don't get booed, because they want to, they'll boo you quick if you're not good. And it was
shaking
that
their
stuff, and I would like call her up afterwards and be like, it went well, like they liked me. And like, dude, I got like 12 minutes, half of which are decent.
Yeah.
No manager, nothing. I'm just trying to do anything. Like, getting a $150 gig on a Friday night was like huge back then. But dude, she was like in it and believed in it, and like the fact that you're with this girl for 6 years is really dope, man. Because it's like, you don't have to ever worry, because you're gonna pop off. You're gonna pop off. And
hopefully.
No, what's gonna happen is it's inevitable.
Yeah.
It's what happens in this business is you get to a certain place and you learn things, what you've learned and the skills that you're honing. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take what you've done with this half hour and you're going to parlay that with something, and things are going to pop. And you don't have to worry about the woman in your life being there when things are good.
But here's the problem, Paul.
Imagine I broke up with her this morning.
Yeah, just go. I gotta make a quick call. baby, I was crazy. I don't know. No, but here's the thing: is if I could get her right when I was a nobody and a nothing.
Yeah.
Imagine and she's great, she's perfect, but there must be. Who could I get if I'm like rich and successful? Then let's be honest. Because the problem is she's not improving with as a couple. I'm carrying.
That is fucking.
She's not improving at all. She's not getting younger.
You're carrying the growth.
I'm the only one. If we achieve anything in this world, it's because of me or a Hail Mary scratch card from her.
Isn't it funny when you
if I don't achieve our dreams, we're both fucked. I know. That's what I'm telling you.
Isn't it funny when you give a compliment to a couple and you can tell the dude's mind is somewhere else? They're like, yeah, but dude, she's kind of like, I'm starting to blow up, dude. I'm gonna get.
That's what she said.
Collum's like, dude, I got models coming to my shows now, dude. Like this.
That's what she always goes. She always goes like, oh yeah, like we'll get married, no prenup, and this like. And I was like, look, I was like, I'm not letting you take my money. And she's like, look, she goes, I deserve it because I've been with you since you had nothing. And I go, I know that, but you weren't the one out there doing the shows. You were the one nagging me for staying out too late doing the shows. So when it comes down to it, these women, they get their fucking claws in you.
Well, I will tell you this.
They get their claws in you.
And I know my wife won't hear this, thank God. But no, my wife...
My girl won't listen to this either. Come on, so let's go nuts.
So yeah, let's go.
None of them are listening to this.
He said, let's go nuts. No, my wife... I'm
kidding.
He's cracking his knuckles. Let's fucking get it out.
And another fucking thing, you know?
No, my wife will say to me, she's like, I've been with you. And I'm like, you have been. I'm like, just understand one thing. Like, I was the one on the stage. I was the one on the airplanes. I was the one staying in comedy condos that were shitty, being around people that weren't cool. So like, as much as you were there, let's not let's not. It hasn't been a tag team with the comedy.
No.
It's definitely been support at home, and I give
Tag
you
team
that.
life, I'll give you that.
I give you that.
Yeah.
But we're the ones up there fucking. I'm dealing with drunks in Kentucky. You know, I'm dealing with hecklers. I'm dealing with that shit. You know what I mean? You never had to deal with a woman going, "What, you piece of shit?"
I'm bombing. I'm watching people walk out of me on Cleveland in the small room. And just trust me, it's not all roses.
Oh, that's great, man.
Yeah.
That's you guys got a dog?
No, we can't get one in the apartment. We would. I think we would if we're not allowed in the apartment, but we would. But the apartment's so cheap.
Yeah.
If we were to move to somewhere more expensive and get the dog, I think just financially it's too much.
Yeah. No. You gotta be able to.
Yeah.
Some...
Also, I guess there's a thing. We're not married, so there's something weird about getting a dog as a couple. What's your solution? Because I've heard people talk about this in terms of like, don't get a dog if you're just dating, because if you split up, I think when you get the dog though, someone has to be like, look, it's our dog, but if we split up, on the dog.
Right.
Someone has to be like, I'm the majority stakeholder here.
Mike just nodded his head, but no, that's right. That's
what we had to do.
Well,
we
what
had
you
to
do
say, if you break up, because we got a dog, me and my girlfriend.
Yeah.
I think
who takes a dog if you guys split up, and it was obviously her.
Yeah, you got to just have that knowing going in, and that's.
I think the initial
and you
person,
let her take it, because otherwise.
Unless, like, listen, I think the initial person who says we're getting a dog, the person that like kind of puts their foot down and says yay to the dog, is the kind of the person that should.
Yeah.
But if I would also go in it differently. I'd go in going, even if I lose this thing, I'm okay. Like, even if I lose this in the divorce,
the doggy,
like you kind of, if you're gonna, you just know in your head, be like, hey, I want to take it, but if I, God forbid, I did lose it, and that's gonna ease the blow of ending this, that could be a parting gift.
And and then you have a negotiation. All right, I get the dog, you get the twins. You go. We break up. You get the children, I get the Tesla.
No, man, that's awesome. Well, I the one reason why I think I hit it off with you, and I wanted you on the show, and I did your show, which was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. Go check that out, please. Check it out, guys.
Check out your podcast. What's the podcast?
The Collum Tyrrell podcast, available everywhere. Paul did it. It was great.
And that's with Gas?
No, just me.
Just you. It's just you. Okay, yeah. That's on iTunes and all that, right?
Everywhere you could get them. Yeah, great episode.
But yeah, you have this thing where it's like we always talk about how the same things attract each other in the show business world or in life, and you had the thing that was like you just have this real kind of like real guy shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like there are certain people that are just like, it's just a real deal. It is what it is. It's a honesty. There's a realness. There's something that's authentic, and it's just who the person is. And I think that's why people connect with you. I think that's why people will continue to connect with you. I know that's why people. Yeah, that's why people connect with me, because there's a lot of times like in our business, and this is not to shit on anybody because they do call it show business, but a lot of times people act like what they're really not.
Yeah.
Right? It's for the show. Some people act for the show of show business again. And listen, that's not. Look, there were some people that are like, yeah, dude, it's show business. I got in this business to get successful, and if that's going to be with this or a character or this and that. But then there's other people that just are themselves through it. And I feel like the reason why I took a liking to you, I feel like that's kind of who you are, right? Would you agree to that? Yeah,
I don't think I tried to be anyone, but I would definitely say it's not the soundest career advice at all, but like when you have it's out of stupidity, not some sort of artistic integrity.
Well, what it is it's and this is a fact, it's a longer road. When you're that, it's a longer road, and I was told that by many great comedians. Are just going, hey dude, if you're gonna be you and the real you and the family guy you and the funny you going out there doing what you're doing, this isn't a shtick. It's going to be a grind fucking thing, but I'd rather that, dog. I would rather that for me.
It's nice now because of the special I'm having, like the percentage of people, it's still majority people are just going out on a weekend for random comedy, right? They might have seen my Tonight Show clips or whatever, so but like the harder, darker, edgier shit that I do from the special, now I've got a little bit of a fan, so it's kind of just it's helping, you know? If you have 10% or 20% of the people there for you, it can just tip the scales in your favourite now. Dude. But there's still a balance. I can't be just going out doing... If I have a show that's just for me, like let's say it's a Wednesday in Philly, and it's just for me. So like we just did Helium.
Yeah.
There was like over 100 people there. It was great. So Wednesday night. So that was great because they're all for me and they know exactly what I do. Whereas then on the weekends you still have to have a little bit of a responsibility though, because people are going in like on a random. They just know the club, so they go on a Saturday night and then you go up and going like, yo, fuck these.
Right, and then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, no, but that's better, and you'll win them over.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
You'll win them over. But no, you're right. It's going to start with 10%, then 20%, and then then your next special, it's going to be...
And then some tragic overdose or car crash. Like
Jesus Christ.
No, you got to go out like a rock star. That's the only way.
No.
It's the only way to go out on the top is to crash a car drunk when
See,
you're 29.
that was the Irish guy not taking a compliment, so it went dark. No,
it's the way.
As soon as it went to like, oh, it's going to grow, you're like, oh, then I'm going to fucking do blow. No. Or I'm going to do blow in my car, fly off the bridge.
Yeah, I'm some fentanyl-laced CBD gummy.
That would be brutal if that shit was in gummies.
Yeah.
Like, now you can't even have a fucking gummy.
You got my laced on CBD. Yeah. Stamped on. Yeah, I don't know. It's a nice way to go out though. Something like really iconic. Like if you know, I'd rather that than dying of some lung fucking disease or some shit. Like I'd rather go out on a plane.
Dude, Irish guys are, I swear to God, you guys are the funniest. There's just something about Irish guys that are just like, only an Irish guy. One time this Irish guy said to me, he goes, oh, Paul, he goes, fucking hungover. And he goes, 10 Moscow Mules day I had. But he acted like he was forced. He acted like he was forced to drink 10 Moscow Mules.
Yeah.
And he's taking all this pain, and he's like, what do you want from me? I'm out.
The shots just kept coming.
They just kept coming. And Irish guys, one thing about Irish, you guys do not say no to a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys dude, are...
There's like a tactic, because I worked in bars for so long, especially in Ireland, where there was a couple of guys where you'd know if you could just get them over like the hump of a couple of drinks, they'd be with you all night. You'll have them all night. So like there'll be a guy sitting there going, I'll have one after work, and then you'll have another one, and then you just put another one in front of him, and he's like, I was just on a go, and then you go, well, just finish it. Don't worry about it. It's on me. And before he has that one done, you go, oh, this fella, what you want? And he's like, all right, and then he's there till 2 o'clock in the morning, because like once he's in, he's in. You get the goo, as they call it. You get the goo.
You get the goo. What does that mean?
It's just you get the goo. It's like when you get your wheels greased. Yeah.
And it's time to.
You got the goo, and then it's like you go out for 1 or 2 with the boys after work, and next thing you know, you're out all night. You just get the goo. You go, should we have a couple more? And then that turns into whatever.
Well, then if that's the case, I got the goo a lot. Giannis goes, Giannis Papas, he goes, dude, once Virzi gets his wheels greased, he gets on the highway and I do.
Yes.
Like me, after the second drink and I'm feeling good, and you're just like, the chances of me saying no after my second one, it's almost impossible.
Even if because you're talking, and then next thing you know, someone gets around and puts it in front of you, you're like,
well, the best is when you go like this. You go, I'm gonna have 2. Right, I'm gonna go have 2. I'm gonna have maybe a beer and a cocktail, and I'm gonna call it. And then right after, like when you're halfway done the cocktail, the bartender comes and they go, "Hey, this is shots on the house from every." And then you're like, "Well, I'm not gonna say no one's handing a shot back."
Yeah.
So now I'm 2 drinks and a shot in, but now there's nothing in front of me.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, all right, so we're just gonna do one more. Now I'm 4. Now I have 4 drinks like that, dude.
There's not like, and then you go, and that's it. But you say it in a way of like...
So he goes, dude, do you want to get wings? You want to get wings?
Yeah.
You're like, dude,
As you're sitting here talking about this, I just got an email for I have 20 bottles of wine being delivered tomorrow to my house, and it was like, well, now I just can't wait to get home.
What are you having a wedding? 20 bottles of wine?
No, I have a wine club and a problem.
Oh my God, nice.
Oh, the red
nice,
wine.
nice.
Listen, I think Andrew Santino had a joke like that, where it's like, if you could drink one glass of wine or one drink, you're a psychopath. Like, if I open a nice bottle of red and it goes down good, it's the bottle.
Yes, for sure.
It's the bottle.
Yes, make no mistake
about it.
And
a nice red bottle to the head by yourself, dude.
A bottle to the head.
Yeah,
that's such a way to say it.
It's such a guinea thing to do, to sip a bottle like it's a 40, but it's like a Pinot Noir, and I'm just like, but dude, I'm telling you, man, a good red wine, man.
Oh yeah,
is fucking when it just goes down easy, and you're just like, this is water, but it's delicious. It's like, how can I leave it?
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
You look at the clock and it's like 9:35.
It's those are because there's so many times I wake up going, you know what? I could never drink again. And then you just then you think of a steak with potatoes and a fucking nice cab, and you go, how could you not? How could you not have a margarita on the beach?
You're hungry, right? I mean, yeah, you're hungry and you're really hungover, and somebody just goes, "Would you like a nice red with that?" And you just told yourself you're not drinking.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden your steak comes out and they go, oh, here's a nice Pinot to pair with that. You're like, all right, well,
Yeah.
you know, well, what am I going to do?
There goes my night.
Yeah.
There goes my sobriety. Yeah. I know, man. It's a tough thing, but look, I think if you're not an alcoholic and you're not a piece of shit, here's the thing: I can't be around the people that change, and I'm talking like change, like change.
Yeah, personality change.
Like when somebody starts either not ball breaking in a fun way. When somebody gets like, you could almost see them turn evil. Like my brother had a friend, dude. I was out performing, man, somewhere, and my brother had a friend, and he's like, oh, this guy, and dude, this dude was drinking, and like after the show, he just kept repeating himself. He kept saying stuff, and I could tell. I go, oh, this dude's got that thing.
The venom in him,
that venom in him, and like it went from not fun. It went from everybody on eggshells, kind of going, I can't wait for this guy to leave.
Yeah,
that's when the drinking for me is a wrap.
Yeah, but sometimes that because most of the time those guys don't end up drinking for their whole life because it gets kind of they have to get rid of it because they go so nasty. They usually, those guys don't really drink forever.
They get sober.
Yeah, because it's like they have to. Whereas the person that becomes who isn't a problem, who's like the life of the party, they can almost hide their alcoholism forever because everyone likes when they're boozing.
That's a good point, because that person just wants the party to keep going, and
people like that they're drinking,
and they never make you feel bad.
No, they're the best. Yeah, they're
the
like,
people that
yes.
like are like, you were a fucking asshole last night. Yeah, those are the ones that search for it, like help.
Yeah,
or.
I do get a lot though in terms of breaking balls, and then I'll miss the mark a lot when I'm drunk, and then I have to apologize. But it's never from like a nasty. It's just me thinking I'm hilarious. Like I think I'm fucking Patrice, and I'll just go up to someone and be like, "Your face is ugly," and she's like, "Jesus," and I'm just like, "Hell, yo, right, tough crowd." And people are like, "You're just being mean and disruptive. You're not."
Yeah, you think it's funny.
I think
you're like you're going to this other level of comedy.
Yeah, I think
like,
I'm just
like being a fucking.
No,
dick.
I'm just an asshole. Yeah. That happens a lot, but it's not me being like, I'm not gonna be mean to this person.
Yeah. That's so funny. The funniest thing was when he was like, well, you know, man, my girl needs to improve too. But that is something. That is something though too. Like if your girl, and this goes for anybody, not your girl, but this goes for anybody. If the person in your relationship is kind of staying here, and one person is kind of thriving to be better in life, there does have to be a point where you're kind of like, hey, are you gonna? Yeah,
but let's talk about that, dude. Who do you think's getting traded in faster? A chick who doesn't keep up with the guy, or the guy that doesn't keep up with the girl? I don't think a woman is going to be super successful and allow just her guy to be hanging around and be a slob and not do anything.
I think that to answer your question, I think the guy is out first. I think if a woman is succeeding and thriving, and the guy is laying on the couch going, I'm trying to figure it out, that's going to be shorter lived than the opposite.
A guy can.
I think a guy will be a little more patient.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, but like especially like.
See, we fucking coddle them, these chicks.
And like, listen, if the chick is like, what if the chick is really cool? She's really affectionate. She fucking is cool to you at home.
Could suck the chrome off a Bentley.
The sex is great. She's cooking, but then you're like,
brings a friend in sometimes.
Any fucking money in.
Yeah.
Like you're bringing zero cash in.
Yeah.
And I'm going out there and like, granted, I'm glad that the apartment's clean and you're cooking, but like you're just kind of not doing anything. I don't know what my timeline would be to be like, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah,
I guess because I'm not good with confrontation. So I would stay in something longer. I would stay in something
years.
I would stay something longer. I'd be like, dude, my apartment's been clean for a decade.
15 years of you on the phone to your friends going, no, I'm telling you, she is. Hey, baby, yeah. I'm gonna say something.
But I think women in general wouldn't want to live like that. Unless they
I don't know. I guess
unless their family's rich.
Probably regardless of who it is, it won't really last. You know what I mean?
So let's dude. This is going by really, really fast right now. We're gonna have to have him in for another one because this is like
anytime
really fast. Where are you gonna be? Where can people see you? Tell everybody all of your shit.
So all of my road dates will be at my website, collumtyrrell.com. And all my social media accounts are the same, at Collum Tyrrell. And I've got dates coming up. When will this one be out?
Like tomorrow.
Oh, well, I guess if anyone lives in Janesville, Wisconsin, come on out. And I'm there this weekend at the Comedy Cabin. Then I've got dates coming up in Denver, Colorado. I'm going to be in San Diego in Mic Drop this year. And then I've got my own show in New York. It's a variety stand-up show. And it's a weird, trippy show. It's called Midnight Circus. And I do like 3 of them a year. So that's going to be part of the New York Comedy Festival, November 3rd. And then all of next year, I just started working with someone, so we got a bunch of road dates for 2024. They haven't been released yet, but head over to CollumTyrrell.com and keep an eye out for that.
Listen, I've seen Collum in New York City for the past 3 to 4 years, especially at the Stand doing spots. Always getting better, always funny, and always real and authentic. So I can tell you this, if you go and see the guy, you're going to get jokes, and you're going to get somebody who's really working at it and somebody that's doing it right. So check out all of his dates and check out his special 30 Minutes with Collum Tyrrell on Gas Digital's half-hour special, which is available on YouTube, right?
Yes, sir.
On Gas Digital's YouTube. Guys, check me out this weekend. I am going to be at Helium Comedy Club, like I said, the 20th and the 21st. Okay, check me out at New Brunswick, Stress Factory, 26th through 28th. November 2nd, I'm at the Funny Bone in Albany. November 3rd, I'm at the Comedy Loft in Chicopee, Massachusetts. We're adding more dates, but Gramercy Theater is filling up, guys. I'm going to sell that puppy out on New Year's Eve. First time I'm headlining in New York City on New Year's Eve. So come out. It's going to be a great time. 8 o'clock show. You could get home in time for the ball to drop. You could be home. You could still see a great show. Go out, have some drinks, and then be home before midnight. Have a great night, and then I'm going to be shooting my special in February, late February at the Den Theater. Check out all my podcasts, The Virzi Effect, Bone to Pick with Bobby Kelly, Anything Better, sponsored by BetMGM. Me and Bill Burr picking football games. We are above 500. All you got to do is go to the BetMGM app, download the app, put in our code, and I think it's BUR2200. We're picking games for that. Check that out. Put in $10, you get up to 200. Even if you lose the bet, doesn't get better than that. Bone to Pick with Bobby Kelly. We got a Patreon. Check that out, and my special on Netflix. So all those things, guys. I really appreciate you listening. Thanks to my guest, Collum. Of course, on the other side of the desk is Mikey A over there. He'll be drinking his red wine tonight. Kid's been working hard all day. And I'll see you next week on The Virzi Effect. Thank you.